Hello! Tonight's video is on section 2-5 where we will be problem solving by drawing a picture and writing an equation. Feel free to stop this video at any time to take notes and then unpause it again to resume. So, our first problem that we will be working together to solve is the following. And just to preface this may or may not be true, so ask me tomorrow. Miss Raycamp played Fortnite for a total of 15 hours over the weekend. On Saturday, she played it for 7 hours. How many hours did she play Fortnite on Sunday? So, we will approach this problem two different ways. First, we are going to draw a picture together, and then we are going to write an equation based on that picture to help us solve for how many hours she played Fortnite on Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to direct your attention up to my whiteboard. On the weekend, played Fortnite for 15 hours. Saturday, it was 7 hours. We want to know how many hours she played Fortnite on Sunday so we can get to this 15 total hours for the weekend. So I already started drawing our picture. It is a pretty purple rectangle, and I'm going to designate this as our total part of our picture. So by total, I mean if Miss Raycamp played Fortnite for 15 hours over the weekend, that is the total amount of time that Miss Raycamp played Fortnite. So I'm going to color code this so we can follow. Weekend, 15 hours is our total. Next, I'm going to use my red marker and designate that to show Saturday's amount of hours. So if on Saturday I played 7 hours, we know that 7 hours is part of the total of 15 hours that I played. So I'm just going to draw another pretty red rectangle and label that 7. The next rectangle color I'm going to use is blue. These blue and red rectangles mean our parts. The purple is our whole. So just like red plus blue makes purple, these are our parts, red and blue are our parts, the purple is our whole. But we don't know our whole. Okay, so if we don't know something, what is one way that we can show that we're not sure what that is? A question mark could work, but I just erased it, so it's probably not the right answer. We use variables. So a variable is a number that we don't know, that we kind of plug into something to help us find the answer. So I'm going to make my variable the letter N to stand for number that we don't know. And I'm also going to put that into our picture that we're drawing. So 7 plus some number equals 15. How can I put that into an equation? Simply write it. 7 plus N, the number that we don't know, which is the amount of Fortnite hours that Miss Raycamp played on Sunday, equals the total of 15 hours that she played Fortnite over the weekend. Now we solve. 7 plus what equals 15? This is pretty easy to do. 7 plus 8 equals 15. So 8 is what our variable equals. N equals 8. That is the amount of time that Miss Raycamp spent playing Fortnite in hours on Sunday. Okay, so next we are moving on to our second problem. Your class has a blanket and no desk day. There were 25 blankets at the beginning of the day, but 17 disappeared after specials. How many blankets were left? Okay, so switching back to my dry erase board, we had a total of 25 blankets at the beginning of the school day. So I'm going to put that in purple. So I'm going to break this down just like I did before. So I'm going to draw my pretty purple rectangle. Ugh, not that straight. And put 25 because I know I had a total of 25 blankets at the beginning of the day. 17 of those went missing. So my total is my purple. The amount of missing blankets is in red. So I'm going to draw this rectangle and put 17. Okay, I don't know how many blankets were left after 17 of them went missing. So instead of a question mark, I'm going to put a variable, because you will use variables through 5th grade and through middle school and high school. So we'll get used to them now. N will be my variable for the number of blankets that we're trying to figure out what are left. Okay, so now that we have our picture drawn, this is our picture, our total amount of blankets that we started with, 25. 17 went missing, so that is a part that went missing. How many blankets do we have left? N. So we'll write that into an equation. We know we had a total of 25, so I'm going to put that on one side of my equal sign. 17 went missing, we know that number, plus N. Okay, now I just wrote this in an equation using addition. We know this part plus this part equals a whole. But some of you might have thought, hey, we started with 25 and 17 went missing, so that means subtract, right? Well, we could try that. 25 minus 17 equals N. For some of you thinking that that might be the way that we set it up, guess what? Either way is fine. We can either use addition with this or subtraction like this. So this way seems easier to me, so I don't have to guess and check like we did the last problem. So 25 minus 17, I'm just going to stack and subtract. Can't take 7 away from 5, so I have to borrow. 15 minus 7, oh, we did that math earlier. That's 8, and this is 0. So 8 blankets were remaining. So our N equals 8. So you could either set it up with addition, or you could set it up with subtraction and you would get the same answer. 17 plus 8 equals 25. 25 minus 17 equals 8. Okay, so those last two problems that we worked out together had two parts to equal the whole. This one's going to be a little bit different and a little more trickier. A little more tricky. So, you have 1 hour to run 50 laps around the gym. You run a set of 25 laps, then 16 more. How many more laps do you still have left to run? Okay, going back to my dry erase board. So we ran a total of 50 laps. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. We need to run a total of 50 laps. We ran 25, and then we ran 16 more. How many laps do we still need? So I'm going to make my purple marker my whole rectangle. So this is representing the 50 laps that need to be ran. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little different. So, we know, I will start with my red like I always have. Part of that 50, we ran 25 laps. So I'm going to put 25 in here. So first we ran 25 of the 50 laps we needed to run. Then we ran 16 of the 50 laps that we needed to run. But we still need to run more. So instead of having two parts to one whole, like we have had with all the other problems, now we're going to have 3 parts to make this whole. So I'm going to put this in green. Still needed? We don't know. So the variable I'm going to use is n for the number that we don't know. And I'm going to put n in the box that we don't know. So to set up this equation, we started with 50 laps that we needed to run. Then we took away 25 because we ran those 25. Then we ran 16 more. How many laps do I have left after I took away 25 and 16 of my 50 laps? That equals n. Now, another way you could write this equation, just as we went over before, is part plus part plus part. Your red plus your blue plus your green, or 25 plus 16 plus n, equals your whole 50. So 25 plus 16 plus n, a number that we don't know, equals 50. Now you can choose either one of these to solve for n. I personally think this top one will be easier because it already sets me up for what I need to do. So 50 minus 25, I'm going to do that in my head. 50 minus 25 is 25. Okay, 25 minus 16 is, let's find out. I have to borrow because I can't take 6 away from 5. 15 minus 6 is 9. So my n equals 9. That is how many laps that I still need to run. So I hope I was able to make this less confusing than it probably would have been if you would learn it tomorrow without seeing this video. If you're still kind of confused, don't worry, we will go over it more in class. But I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.